I'm
好的，
very
谢谢
grateful that
黄，
you're doing it.
非常非常感谢你，我非常
Are
享
we
受你
on?
刚才的分享。
We okay, Seiji? Yeah.
我们开始了。
Hello. If you can hear me, pick your nose.
Can hear you. We can hear you.
You okay?
We can hear you, Geshe.
Cái phần
Okay,
top
good.
lớp hả? Thôi chứ.
You hear?
Một thứ ba là hai lớp nha, em để ý thứ ba là hai lớp nha.
Okay. Okay, welcome to this is a joint XT class, Xuanzang Tower class, and SCIM class. And we're going to cover, here was my idea. So it was a little bit unusual request for me to do a Xuanzang Tower class and at the same time
Thôi ngồi
to
đi.
finish my SCIM
Bài thứ năm.
class.
Dạ dạ dạ. Đó. Làm mấy cái đó nhiều lên
I,
nó để nó lọc sạch cái tâm trí của mình.
and okay, and I found a way to do it. Okay, and I think it's exciting, and maybe I don't know. Maybe in the future we could do other stuff like that. So the point is, don't tell the mixed nuts translators. Never tell them that I take the best books for myself. So in that way, I'm not very bodhisattva. And no, the very, very difficult books, and which would take many, many years, I take myself. So I just finished a book by Tsongkhapa 600 years ago. And it's probably the greatest book about emptiness ever written. It's called Illumination of the True Thought, Gompa Rapsel. And it's long, okay? The English is over 2,000 pages. That would take about 40 years if we did it in the class. So what I do is those books, I translate them. I have a schedule. I also get a salary from the mixed nuts, and I feel it's my responsibility to work 5 or 6 hours a day on that. And anyway, I think it's the best use of my time. So because I'm taking a salary for it, and because it's the most important thing I can do in this world with the time I have, I translate 5 or 6 hours every day. And so I worked on this book for 12 years. And I didn't work every day for 12 years because I got interrupted many days. But anyway, I worked very steady on it, and I finished it a few weeks ago, and I'm very happy about it. It's, and then it takes me time to polish. Because when you do a translation for 12 years, the stuff you did 12 years ago is different than the stuff nowadays. So your knowledge improves, your skill improves, and then you have to go back and kind of make sure it all fits together. So anyway, today our class is concerning, the SCIM class today is all about actually what does it feel like to touch the diamond world? What happens during that day that you touch the diamond world? What are some personal advice? I think if you can hear from a person who did touch the diamond world, it's a different impact on your mind. You just because you can hear in their voice the truth of what they're saying, it will have a greater impact on your mind. So we're going to go through some of the experiences. And I had a cool idea. I took the sentences from that great book on emptiness that tell you what happens on that day. So they're spread all through the book. They're spread through 2,000 pages. But I picked out this morning, actually in the car, and this morning, I picked out the sentences because there are special vocabulary words that are unique to the day that you touch the diamond world. There are certain vocabulary words that mainly relate to the day that you see emptiness directly. So what I did was I searched for those special words, and I picked for each of 7 or 8 words the most important sentences about the experience, you know. So this is from a person who lived 600 years ago. I believe they did touch the diamond world. And we're gonna go, we can have a language class, which is my responsibility to do today. But we can also have the SCIM class about touching the diamond world, which is also my responsibility to do today. And we're gonna feed 2 apples, 2 deer with 1 apple. Okay, not that other expression. Okay, so here we go. And I don't think in 12 years of, 8 years of mixed nuts, I've never shared my own book, something that I was working on. So today is a special day for me. And I added pictures because that's what we do in DCI, okay? And here we go. So this is, I'm going to give you 7 or 8 special terms. And I'm going to give you the context of those special terms. And those 7 or 8 words from this greatest book on emptiness, they summarize what happens on the day that you touch the diamond world directly, okay? So we're going to go through 7 or 8 different terms. If you're brave, you can just learn those terms, okay? They're very short. Say chicho. Okay, not too much, right? Chicho, choke the chi. Chicho. So I'm going to give you 7 or 8 very, very, very crucial expressions. And if you learn those 7, how many is it? Let me see. Yeah, it's 7. If you learn these 7 terms, that's all the important information about the day that you touch the diamond world. Those 7 words, those 7 expressions, and give you all the important information about what it's like to touch the diamond world. And I'll add some personal notes, and then that puts a very powerful seed in your mind to hear it from a person who did it, and then to read it in a scripture, very, very high quality, one of the greatest books ever written in this world. To get the combination is very beautiful, okay? So here we go. Who's gonna be brave and read the first sentence? I think I'll just go. Rob, you ready? Yeah. So that microphone on, Seiji, right? Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Drelpar, Kuncho,
Jin,
Drangpala, Drangpale,
good,
Jorlam,
good,
Chuchok, Chempo, Pala, Dundam, Pei, Dundam Pei,
good.
Changshu Senpei. The cursor's in the way.
Sorry. Are you cursing?
I'm hoping. Sage, are you there? Mhm.
I sent it to you from the car. Good. Are you projecting or I'm projecting? I am. Yay. Okay. Okay. Say chichok. Yeah, chichok means the highest thing, and it just means the highest thing up to
Now,
that point. Okay. And that's the moment that you understand. That's the moment that you first catch a picture coming out of your mind. It's the first time in your whole life or lifetimes that you see a seed opening, a sanskara, a karmic seed opening in your own mind. You see the picture come out, you see the picture leave from your forehead, and you see the picture coat the object or land on the pot on the stove, okay? That's called chichok, say chichok. So chichok means highest, the best thing that can happen to you, okay? And it is so far, okay? Seeing emptiness directly is better, but so far it's chichok, okay? And here's the use of chichok in an important sentence. So I took the word in an important sentence, almost a definitive sentence, okay? Jalpar in the commentary, which is usually like an auto commentary, okay? And here it's like a commentary, it's an auto commentary to Chandrakirti's entry in the middle way, for example, is popular. He says, Koinjo Jin Jangba, it quotes an ancient sutra called the Cloud of Jewels, okay? This is a Ratna Mega. This is an ancient sutra taught by Gautama 2,500 years ago. It says, Jorlam Chicho, the highest part, the final 10 minutes of the second path, right? Of the Jorlam. Jorlam means path of preparation, second path of the five. The highest part of that, Chempoa. Chempoa means, in the ancient books, they split the experience of the pot on the stove into three parts. Okay, there's the warm-up, there's the real thing, you know, or the big, and then there's the ultimate part, where you finally see the picture land on the pot, okay? That's called big chichok, okay? That's like the last 10 seconds or something, okay? Chichok la, even at that point, dun dambe chanju sembe sa mato, that person is not a bodhisattva, okay? They make the point. They say that is not enough to be a bodhisattva, okay? And there's different presentations about when you reach bodhisattva. Some people say you can reach it even at the first path, but this ancient sutra says that's not, you didn't become a bodhisattva yet, okay? You saw the seed open in your mind, but you did not become a bodhisattva yet, okay? You did not become a dun-dum. You did not become a, like, wow, number one bodhisattva. Okay, ultimate bodhisattva, you did not become yet. You saw the pot on the stove, you saw what? Of the two truths? Dependent origination, but you did not see emptiness yet. Okay, so therefore you have not reached a bodhisattva level yet. Okay, when you reach the first bodhisattva level, when you become a real bodhisattva and when you see emptiness directly, it's at the same moment. Okay, it's very interesting. So he says, you're not a real bodhisattva yet. You're cool, but you're not a real bodhisattva. Changsem keparwe minki nye parsheso. When you reach the first level, when you see emptiness directly, when you touch the diamond world, then you'll be a really cool bodhisattva. Okay? Kepawa means first class. Okay, you'll be a first class bodhisattva. Okay, we finished the first concept. First concept, say chichok. The pot on the stove experience. So I'm tying the actual experience of a human being to this ancient scriptural tradition, which is almost 2,500 years old. At some point they match, okay? We are not doing these mixed nuts class because we're studying some ancient book. At some point in your life, your experience will match the book, okay? And that's unbelievable. That's so cool. Then your whole feeling about those books is like, wow. It's like a movie that you saw, okay? Instead of reading about a movie, okay? Okay, but still anyway, you're still happy. So there's a translation. If you want, I'll share it with you. I'll have Seiji share it with you guys. So I took the translation out of my new translation. Okay, second expression we're going to learn. I think Stanley wants to read. Oh, okay, don't worry, don't cry. You can read. Okay.
Nyongju.
Yeah, Nyongju. Good.
Nyongju. Dombani tam Xuanzang.
Good.
Kappa la yang kie ngurte.
Yeah.
Geshe Michael Nyongju Shin.
Good. Okay, good. This is, by the way, our author, 600 years ago, is quoting someone from 1,300 years ago, just about the time of Tang Chao. Guess who it is?
Kamala Shila. Is it?
It could be Kamala Shila. It's a little earlier.
Song
No.
600 ago. Yuanci? No.
It's poetry. Shantideva. Shantideva. Okay, he's quoting the Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, which is, by the way, they call it the presentation of the six perfections, but it's really one of the most amazing emptiness books ever written. Okay, the chapter on emptiness, 9th chapter, by itself is one of the greatest emptiness books ever written. Okay, Dombani Dantewe Sem. For a mind still left without emptiness, Chawa means you don't have it anymore. Chawa means you lost it or you didn't get it. Okay. Ndawa, prenasal means you got it. No prenasal, Chawa means you lost it. So you better make prenasals. Okay, because it's the opposite meaning. Okay, in your head, if you want to be a great translator, you have to pronounce things correctly, or else you'll never be a great translator. Okay, so Dombani Dantewe Sem, if the mind is without emptiness, they may stop. Garpa. Garpa means your negativities, your negative emotions, jealousy, hatred, prejudice, garp. Yeah, maybe they'll stop, okay? If you don't see emptiness, maybe they'll stop for a while. Larke, layanke. Then they'll come back. They'll grow again, okay? Can you stop your anger before you see emptiness? Yeah, you can. But it'll come back. It will always come back, okay? Until you see emptiness directly, those negative thoughts will always come back, okay? Geshe Michael Nyongju Shin. So there's a special kind of meditation you can do where your mind is so quiet, it's almost dead. They call it almost dead mind, It's like some of the students I've had. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so this refers to a deep meditation that anyone can do where your mind almost stops, okay? Almost stops. Actually, it's running in the background, like a background computer program or something, but there's no mind at the top of your mind. The top of your mind has shut down. That special state, and by the way, one of the signs of that is that your breath will stop. Okay, spontaneous kevala kumbhaka. When you reach that point, you are at samapatti. You are at balanced meditation. Balance between dullness and agitation. Perfect, balanced meditation. Forget the content. Okay, you now have perfect telescope. Where you point it is up to you. You could also point it at pastries. Okay, kapse pastries. Okay. So the second requirement to touch the diamond world, and now I'm talking about the same day, the day that you touch it, okay? After you see the pot, the next step is nyomju. You have to go into a deep state of meditation. We didn't mention an object yet. We didn't say what the meditation is aimed at. We just say you need the telescope. Okay, you got to go into a deep meditation. If you're not meditating an hour a day, you cannot get to samapatti. Not possible. It'll never happen. If you want to guarantee that you will suffer indefinitely, then don't learn to meditate for an hour. Then you're safe. Then definitely you will suffer completely, over and over. Okay? Things will mess up over and over. Okay? And don't put it off. Okay? You will not be more healthy next year than you are today. Okay? It doesn't work like that. Trust me. Okay. So anyway, second step is what? Nyomju. Okay? You have to be able to go into a deep state of meditation. You saw the pot on the stove. You served the tea to your teacher. You cleaned up the dishes because you can't see emptiness without doing the dishes. And then you went to a temple or someplace, a private, beautiful meditation place. And that's important. So some friends of mine went there. I can tell you the spot on the floor. And it's a very beautiful temple. It's a beautiful temple. It was super beautiful because nobody went there. A lot of temples are totally free of disturbance because people don't go. Okay, it's like church. All right, who's gonna read next? I don't know, John Brady, you wanna do?
Sure.
It's good luck.
Yeah.
Go slow, okay?
Okay.
Don't stress. Rob, you wanna help?
Okay.
Raptu.
Raptu Gawa.
Good.
Tunmon Mayan Becha
God.
Ga Wak Ye Ke Ara Suraga Bamam Becha Gyara De Gyaba
Gyalse Day. Gyalse Day.
Cho Tukyapa Cham Yadam
Good.
Yenno
Good.
Raga Ke Badu Ba Yo Pe Piesa Dila Raptu Gaya Shekyang Yo.
Kyang Jao. Nice. Okay. Say Raptagawa. Raptagawa means perfect happiness. Okay. Raptu means super. Gawa means happiness. Okay. Raptagawa. And in the ancient books, they don't call it touching the diamond world. They call it Raptagawa. And that means super happy. Okay? The name in the ancient books for touching diamond world is super happy, which is cool. I think it's cool. Okay. Tuma Mayembe Gawa means very, very special happiness. That's unmatchable happiness, okay? Kiepe, at that moment you feel that. By the way, it has to be after you come down, okay? After you come down, you feel super happy. Oh, I did it, you know. While you're doing it, you cannot think, I did it, because that's not the diamond world, okay? You cannot have another thought at that time. You can only be in emptiness, okay? You can't have any other thoughts. Impossible. They are not, if it's not emptiness, you can't have it. Okay, it's 100% focus, 100%. Anyway, when they come down, they go, wow, I did it. Okay, we're up to go. Mangwei Tian, and not just one kind of super happy, many kinds of super happy. Okay. Gyalse, now he refers to them as Gyalse. Now he doesn't even say, hey, guess what? They became a bodhisattva. He says, these bodhisattvas. Right? What did he say in the last sentence? They're not bodhisattvas. They saw the pot thing, but they're not bodhisattvas. Then now he says, those guys, those bodhisattvas, he's already calling them by their name. He doesn't say, by the way, they're bodhisattva now. He says, those bodhisattvas, Gyalse de Gawa Chok to Gyurpa. They have super duper happiness. Chok means super happy. What's coin chok? 3 jewels, supreme jewels, okay? Chanwa means to hold, Dorje Chan. Okay, Vajradhara, okay, Vajradhara, holding the diamond, okay, Chang. This isn't the other Chang. There's a other Chang that means beer, okay? That's different spelling. Okay. Okay, Chang and Yang, they are holding a supreme kind of bliss. Rabga Kepadu Papa Yebeche. Now this is a joke because Pakpa means Arya, okay? Arya means higher being. In the level 7 manual, we say Einstein as opposed to a bacteria or amoeba. Yeah. Okay. So Pakpa means really super genius. Okay. Way beyond Einstein. Okay. Einstein's an amoeba compared to them. Seriously. Okay. So Rabga Kepa Pakpa. And you can read this 2 different ways. It's a pun. You can say their happiness is Pakpa. Or you can say they are Papas who have this super happiness. It's a pun. It's difficult to translate. Okay. Yebecher. Therefore, Sandila means the first bodhisattva level, which begins when you see emptiness directly. Okay. You don't even reach the first level of the 10 until you see emptiness directly, which is, hopeless. So anyway, Dila Rabdagawa, that's the name of, we don't say touching the diamond world. We say they reached super happy. Okay, they reached super happy. Okay, got it? I'm teaching you the unique language of this experience. Okay, and we're going through the day. Okay, you started in the morning with the pot. Then you went to the temple and you sat down and started to meditate. And then you went into total joy, perfect joy, okay? Which means you went, by the way, it feels like an elevator, I'm just telling you. Your mind goes up, all these concentration levels. You reached Sanden Dumbo Micho, Sanden Dumbo Nyercho Micho Me, with Nyerndo Micho Me, which means you're close to the first concentration level, inside, in your mind, okay? Very high level of concentration. You can call it shamatha, okay? Very high level of concentration. When you reach that, you can, if you've studied Chi Chedok a lot, if you've served other people a lot, if you kept your morality a lot, and to do that, you need to study it with certain classes. And if you've had a qualified teacher, okay, then everything triggers and you touch the diamond world. Number 3 here is touching the diamond world. It's in the ancient books. It's called super happy. Super happy, okay, all right? Did you super happy yet? All right. Next one. JB, you choose the next victim.
Okay.
Can be online. You can't see everybody online. But you want to.
Dirty Chen.
Stanley Chen, did you do
I did
one?
it already.
Oh, you did? Chen.
Tina, okay.
He steal you.
Okay.
Yeah, you whisper.
London Papa.
Power?
Power.
London Power.
London Power. Rong
Gyung
Yung Su Ri Ba Lan.
Sipa.
Si Bar Lan. Dun Bar
Lunga.
Lumbawa.
Chur.
Cha. Cure. Jo. Su. Yo Day.
Kindred.
Andre Bula. Na Pa Nepal. Gang. Hang Shi.
Kangxi.
Khang Shi. Gum. Bei. Bang.
Bangja.
Bangja. Chi. Khang Ma.
Kyam.
Kyamma. Zar. Par. Day. Ni.
Good.
Twin. Shuk. De. Lar.
Tar.
Tar. Top. Bar. Day. Cho. Tum.
Tuom.
Tom. Rong. Du. Toknar. Tum. Bar. Gay. Ri.
Kissy.
Kisik. Lan. Dun. Lan.
Bay.
Bay. Rik. Che. Gi. Chen. Gi. True. True. Yin Bai Che.
Yay! Okay, it says London Power.
London Bawa.
London Power.
London Power.
Sipa
London Bawa.
Yeah, Dun means the number 7. This Len is misspelled, okay? It should be Lan, okay? Sorry about that. It's pronounced Len. Len means how many times you're gonna go, you know, how many times will you go to Phoenix? Then you say Len Dun, means I will go 7 times. Len Dun Bawa means 7-timer. Okay, the Bawa means, Bawa makes it an agent. You know, this 7-timer. Okay. I was watching a football game yesterday. Patrick Mahomes was trying to become a 3-timer. 3-time Super Bowl winner in a row. And he failed. He didn't win the 3rd game. But they were already referring to him as a 3-timer, which is impossible. But here you're talking 7-timer. Okay, 7-timer. Let's read it together. Gyunshuk. Gyunshuk means $50. Not word. Why do I always have to say not word?
Enter the tree.
Gyunshuk.
Enter
Tin
the
said
tree.
it. Tin said it.
Gyu is very similar to the word tantra.
Industry.
It means a stream.
Stream. Entering in the stream.
Yeah, stream entering. Gyunshuk is the ancient word for stream entering.
Panagal.
Okay, who got it? Oh, Udpala, good. So Gyunshuk means a person who just saw emptiness directly. Okay, in the first instant that you see, it's like that taking a vow. In the first instant, you are called a stream enterer. And there's 4 levels of that. We don't have to talk about it. Anyway, a person who just touched the diamond world, even while they're still touching it, is called a stream enterer. Okay, Gyunshuk. And this is something, I want to tell you something cool. Okay, so this happened to me in what year? 1975. And I was 22. Yeah, I was 22. And I during the experience, when I came down, I said 7 more times. You know, I have to die 7 more times. And then I'm done. You know, then I will be a Buddha. And I saw it, and I know like where I'll be hanging out and everything. And I was like, 7 more. yeah, it's not so bad, 7 more car accidents, something like that, 7 more kidneys, whatever, it doesn't matter, but I'm okay with it. 7 out of billion, 7 is goddamn good, It's like the last second before an arrow hits a target or something. Like it already touched the paper. I'm like, that's cool. And you see, after you come down, the next step I would call 7-timer. You realize I'm a 7-timer. I just have to die 7 more times, and then I'm free. Then I can babysit a whole planet. 8 billion people, or more. Okay, so then at that time I never had read that in a book, and maybe a year later I was studying Abhidhamma Kosha and I found it. I read it in a book, and I was so excited. It kind of made me trust the books, And then I said, okay, somebody did it, somebody did it, somebody wrote about it. And I was so happy to feel that the books are confirmed. And then you feel like you want to save the books. You want to make sure those books survive. You do anything to save those books. Like you will even find John Brady and steal him from a big company. And so anyway, it's very, very exciting to have an experience and then go to translator class and there's a sentence about it, and you're like, damn, that's cool, okay? So for me, that's always going to be Sipa Lendu Bawa. For 50 years, nothing more sexy, okay? Sipa Lendu Bawa Church, and he has it in a debate format. This is Stanley's Abhidharma text. We haven't got there yet, okay? This is in the later chapters. And he says, let's take, it's a debate format. He said, let's take the guy who only has 7 lifetimes left, okay? Kyo Joksu Yute, I'll tell you the definition of a 7-timer. Okay, because it's kind of obvious, but let's see if he's going to do it. Jebula Nepa Kanshi. Jebula Nepa means they had the big experience already. And now they're sitting in the result stage. We say sitting in the result stage. Like they came down, they're not seeing emptiness anymore. They're like feeling really cool. And they are in the result stage of seeing emptiness directly. Okay. Nepa Karshik. Karshik always means the definition has 2 parts. Part number 1, they're in the result stage. Okay. Part number 2, Gombe Bangja Chikyang Masepa. Okay. After you touch the diamond world, for those 7 lifetimes, you have to get used to what you saw. And those 7 lifetimes are called getting used to it. They're called Gomba. Gomba can mean meditation.
Yeah.
But with this spelling, SGOM, not BSGOM, it means to get used to something. Okay, it takes 7 lifetimes to process what you saw in 20 minutes. Okay, it takes 500 years to process what you saw in 20 minutes. Okay, so Gomba, then one by one, as you process, you reach new levels, and you drop certain kinds of negative emotions. Okay. So during the next 500 years, one by one, you will get over certain kinds of anger, certain kinds of jealousy. By the way, it's always like this. You get rid of the obvious anger first. And then finally you get rid of feeling a little upset when you're sitting in the toilet. Like it's called the tiny, tiny part. It's the ninth part, big, big, medium, big, small, big, medium, small, medium, 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 big, medium, small, small, medium. And then anyway, the hardest anger to give up is small, small. And so what he says here is, suppose you're a person who just came down out of touching the diamond world, okay? and you haven't got rid of the big yet. You're still 100% as miserable person as you were when you were standing in front of the stove. You see what I mean? Like now the work starts. Now the real work starts. You have to get used to what you saw, and that's called gong. It's called habituation, the path of habituation. And that takes 500 years normally. If you study Diamond Way properly, you can reduce it to 1. Okay, in 1 life. Okay, so anyway, Chikya Masepadi, he says the definition of a 7-timer is they didn't get to the habituation part yet at all. They're like 5 minutes out of seeing emptiness. Okay, that guy's a 7-timer. Now, a year from then, they might be a 6-timer. You see what I mean? Maybe they go fast. Maybe they get rid of their anger faster. But in the first day, in the first 10 minutes after you just came down out of touching the diamond world, you is a 7-timer. Okay? You got 7 lifetimes to go. If you're gonna shorten that, let's see how you do. By the way, it cannot get worse than that. Impossible. It cannot happen. Okay? That's cool. Compared to countless. Okay? Compared to infinite, 7's not so bad. Okay? Then gen shuk data topate, chok down rot to talk not dopakewa. Casey Len dun number just a person who will take 7 more times to reach the ultimate goal. Okay? Okay. Okay. Before they reach the ultimate. Okay, that's all. We didn't translate that part yet. I like the picture. I was in the car on the way here, and Gyaltse was trying to open my door. I was like, no, don't open the door. I didn't finish this AI picture yet. But I like it. I like the 7 on her hand, Okay, we're doing good on time. I may have to answer questions. That's all. Okay. Who's gonna read? Who read last time?
Tina.
Tina, who's gonna read next?
Xiaoping. Oh, okay.
Did she read yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Dampashi, Dene Jampeki, Pape Dampashi, for Sikda, Topa, Ki, Shupani, Nyako, Nako Wa Le, Jowa La Den Shi Yang Da Pa, Chitawa Shin Shet, Go Pa, Shun Pa De, Di Chui Pao.
Good, okay. Say Dembashi.
Dampashi.
For higher truth, okay? The word noble is a bad, 1800s British Indian, what do you call those guys? Thug? Criminal? British, take over the other people's country, British, okay? Like they did in China. So anyway, they misnamed it noble truth. It's not noble at all, it's a higher truth. Why is it a higher truth? Because it's an Arya truth. Why is it an Arya truth? Because you have to see emptiness first, directly, to truly understand the 4 truths. To experience them directly, you have to be an Arya, okay? Therefore, they are Arya truths, okay? So this is called, after you came down, you're still sitting on your meditation cushion. Maybe your eyes are open by now. And you start understanding the 4 truths. This is suffering. This is the cause of suffering. There is a freedom from suffering. This is the path to get free. 16 aspects. And you go through those 16 aspects one by one. Each truth has 4 aspects. Okay. So that's a part of the experience. Okay. And aspect means you have these 16 ideas. Okay. One of the ideas I'll share with you is, you will die, okay? And normal people don't know. People who are not Aryas don't really know they're gonna die. Arya knows for sure. Okay, that's one of the Arya truths. Okay, like that. All right. One of the truths, and I think maybe the most valuable one, is that you understand something about the path to the end of suffering. Is that it is in those books. Okay, those I don't know. John Brady has his active database has 15,000 books. His goal is 300,000 books. He's cataloged almost exactly 200,000 books. And every single book that he's trying to save is 100% true. And unbelievable true. Like true you never dreamed of. And when you touch the diamond world, and when you come down and when you can think again, you're like, we gotta save these books. These are the most precious thing in the world. If these books disappear in this world, the sun has gone out in this world, okay? You can say, no, guess not, the sun, it will still be there. No, I'm talking the real sun. You know, the one that brings light to this planet is not this ball of fire in the sky. It's those books. And if they disappear, and if someone doesn't save them, this world might as well be dead. It'll be dark. It'll be like the sun went out. Can you imagine walking around all day with darkness? That this world without those books is that. And when you have touched the diamond world, you know it. You really understand it. And you're like, then you become crazy about saving the books, okay? You're like, oh my God, the sun can't go out. The whole world will die. So you get crazy about saving them, okay? Right, John?
Yes.
All right. So anyway, that's a good example of the four truths, okay? And here it says, Jambel ki pape demashibajita topa gi shubani. Manjushri is asking, hey, if I want to see those four truths, what do I have to do? Okay, Manjushri is asking. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. Okay. Narko le duna denshi yanda bajita washin shi gobasuma de dear chimao. Okay. Then he said, is it really the case that if I don't see these four truths, I can never get free and no one can ever get free? Is that really true? Guess what the answer was?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we got 2 more to go, I think. Yeah, we're on time, Seiji. Something very strange for Grandpa. Who's gonna read? Who was the last reader?
Me?
You gotta choose somebody. You don't got a lot of
Ula?
victims here. Una. Start with number 6, okay?
Semki, Sonam Dangi Shiki Sok, Soknidam Semchen Tam Chela,
Yeah.
Dutam Chidi Njuk Pe Tuk Je Tempodam Nampatam Che Kien Pa Soknipa Jok Pe
Yeah.
San Ye Le Man Pe Ring Po.
Yeah, good. Dingbo. You go dingbo. Bo. Bo. Okay. Say Semke.
Semke.
Semke is the ancient translation of bodhicitta. Okay. Chanchuki Sem. Okay. It's called growing the mind. Okay. The ancient word for bodhicitta, or the real emotion that I want to save every living being in the universe, not this planet. This planet's like a bug in a football stadium. Okay. we got a lot more than that. Okay, so Semke, after you come down out of direct perception of emptiness, your inner channels are still filled with prana. And to put it in yoga terms, when you see emptiness directly, is the first time your main channels, zhongmai, are filled with qi. It's the only time. It's the first time. You know, when you die slightly, but 20 minutes is unbelievable. 20, not a half a second or something. 20 minutes of prana. When you come down and you open your eyes, still you have an amazing amount of prana in the zhongmai, more than you ever had in your life. And that triggers a love for every being in the universe, okay? And you meet them directly, and that's another story. We don't have time to talk about it much. But it's an important part of that day's experience, okay? Before you get up and walk around the world again, you stay seated, and you have this experience where you meet in person every single living being in this universe, okay? And it sounds impossible, but don't forget that time is a perception, okay? Time is a perception. That's why there's a DCI course about making more time.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. So here's our description of that. And I'm going to translate, I'm going to focus on the second sentence here, okay? Semchen tamje la du tamje du jukbe tukje chimbo. Tukje is a high word for nyingje. And nyingje means karuna, which means love, or, compassion, okay? Compassion. The word is called the Lord of heart. The Lord of hearts, the King of all hearts, is called karuna, or compassion, okay? How many people are you in love with? Semjen tamje. It's just like high school all over again. Just kidding. Yeah, you're like in love with everybody. Tamje la, how long? Do tamje. Every moment of the day you're in love with everybody, okay? And that's his definition. His short definition of bodhicitta, okay? You are crazy in love with every living being. And you really are on that day. And you can imagine if you're nice to a few people, you feel proud of yourself and you feel happy. But can you imagine really being in love with everybody as if they are your granddaughter, Cece? It feels good all day long. It feels really good, okay? So that's a experience that you have on the day that you touch the diamond world, okay? And that's kind of dessert. That's a free dessert, It's not even the main thing, but it's something you can keep the rest of your life, okay? All right, last one. We're right on time. Who was the last person? Ula, who's next?
Jeto Pakalo Pei Jeto Ki Yeshe Dan Soke Dekona Ni Ki Tawa Nam Paripadang Ye Ba Chaki Lepayin Tin Non Sundu Mi Nang Tirton Damten Panat Wardot Goso.
Nice, very nice. Yay! Okay, this say Jetop Yeshi. Here I just put Jetop. Okay, Jetop. This means the rest of your life. Okay, Jetop means okay. You had your big day. You saw the pot on the stove, you touched the diamond world, you went to every planet in the universe. Well, now what are you going to do? Okay. And that whole period, the whole rest of your life, is called Jeto. Jeto means after. It means after. Okay. Well, what are you going to do after? How are you going to spend the rest of your life? You know, what are you going to do? Or 7 lives? What are you going to do? Okay. And here's the definition. Okay. Parpa lope jeto. So jeto means after, and he says it's after you became an Arya. It's after you touched the diamond world. Okay. After that, you still have a Geshe. We call it wisdom. It's not the direct perception of emptiness. It's below that, but you still have we call wisdom after. You still have some wisdom in your mind. You cannot forget what you saw ever. Okay. Soke de konaniki tawanam. Now, if you're a sosokewo, we had prati today. Pratig jhana. Okay. Pratig jhana. If you're a normal, sosokewo means, I like to translate it as a common person. Means not so special. It means you didn't see emptiness yet, directly. Soke is a short word for sosokewo. Pratig jhana. Okay. You're a person who did not see emptiness yet. Okay. Dekonaniki tawanam. Do they have some understanding of emptiness? They can. Yeah, a person who didn't have the pot on the stove and then didn't have the direct experience, they have some they read books, they went to talks. Geshe held a pen up in their face 300 times. Okay, they did have some wisdom, they do have some understanding, but it's marikpa and bakchak lepa. Okay, lepa means poisoned or polluted. Okay, we had it a lot in words text. It's kind of refer to how a seed stains the foundation consciousness, lepa. Okay, so their mind, they can understand the pen, but their mind is still poisoned with this misunderstanding of where things are coming from. They have not yet seen the pot on the stove. They still think things are coming at them, okay? So they still have active misunderstanding of the world. They still think the pen was made in a factory. They still think irritating leaders are coming from the irritating leaders, okay? They still believe that, okay? They don't understand where they're coming from, okay? And Bakchaki Leba, not only they have an active misunderstanding, but they are also poisoned by the seed. They have a deep seed for it, and it's still infecting their mind, okay? They still have it, okay? Lepa Yimbe, Munsum to Minang, they cannot see directly what the hell's going on, okay? Now, why did he mention that in the discussion of what happens after?
Oh, because it reappears that way. You go back to.
Yeah, because it's similar case for a person who did see emptiness.
Yeah.
Their mind starts to lie to them. Okay? They look at a pen and they still think, they look at a pen after they touch the diamond world and they think, oh, yeah, that was made in the factory. You know, they forget what they saw. You see what I mean? If you question them, where's the pen coming from? They say, oh yeah, the pot on the stove thing, you know, oh yeah, it's not coming from its own side. Yeah. Okay, they understand. But their past habits are so strong, they still go back to seeing things the wrong way. And they cannot see emptiness directly again for 50 years. Okay, that's how hard it is to see emptiness directly, even if you saw it. Okay, you just, they still see stuff. They still get upset. They still get jealous. They still have desire. It's just those emotions are damaged permanently. Okay, they are weak, and they will fall apart. They are in the process of falling apart. The anger, the desire, the jealousy. An Arya can still be jealous, but not with their whole heart. And it's kind of a funny thing. They're like, I think I'm jealous. I think I want another pastry after the class. Okay. But they can't really feel it 100%, okay? Now the debate here, and I'll finish there. We still have to say though, cheer, dendam demba nawa duguso. Duguso means we have to accept that once you have seen emptiness directly, it's always in your face. It's always in your face. Okay. Maybe you notice it, maybe you don't notice it on a bad day or a good day. But here, Tsongkhapa's final word, cheer, generally speaking, emptiness is in their face all the time. They can't really forget. They may slip, they may mess up, but they don't ever forget, okay? It's in their face all day, okay? Me personally, I went and, as you know, I sold a sports car that someone gave me. My university Buddhism professor gave me his sports car, the best sports car I ever saw at that time. He gave it to me, and then I went and sold it for $100, and I bought a diamond. And I kept that receipt for 50 years. I still have it. And I put it in a piece of plastic, and the price wore off, GB. And the date wore off, but luckily Rob remembers the date. Was it July?
28, yeah.
July 28th, 1975. Okay, and I kept the receipt because I wanted to remember. And that's why I give diamonds away to my friends. And that's why I made a diamond ring. It has a special diamond in it. This is called a rose cut diamond, okay? Last year, it had a layer of diamond in it, and they kept breaking because they were too thin. So me and Rosa, we made a new one. She did the work, I take the credit. This is called a rose cut diamond. They don't cut this way anymore. I think it's more beautiful. This is the cutting style about 150 years ago, and it's very, very beautiful. And you can touch it when you meditate. It's a meditation ring, and you meditate with your finger on the diamond. And, I'm not trying to make money. We pay our bill to our staff and to our supplier, and then we donate the rest of the money locally in the local country. If we are in China, if we happen to have 10 of these rings in Hangzhou, we will sell them, and we will donate after paying our staff and our taxes, probably will donate the money to some Dunhuang project or something like that, some charity inside of China. That's what we do. So if you're interested, you don't have to. I'll give you a diamond, but this one is easier to carry around. You just put it on your finger. I got one here, okay? All right? Okay, thank you for this class. I will answer questions in my next class, I promise. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Geshe Michael.